Welcome, this is Syed Khalid Shehbaz and you're watching Gawah News. Now here's a quick look at what comprises the bulletin today. The gas leak tragedy in Visakhapatnam of Andhra Pradesh, repatriation or return of NRIs from Saudi Arabia and other Gulf countries, action against TV anchors spreading hate, and now Canada joins the list of countries taking action against Islamophobic messages. All that and more, right ahead. In a tragic incident, gas leakage from a chemical factory plant in Visakhapatnam has caused panic among people in Andhra Pradesh. More than 5,000 people are said to be sick, with 10 deaths reported so far, including that of an 8-year-old. The LG Polymers industry is said to be the source of the leakage of gas named Stearin. Many people were found lying unconscious, while others reported breathing difficulty. Prime Minister Modi has called up Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Reddy to inquire about the situation. The exact cause of the incident is yet to be ascertained. Now, in some relief to NRIs in Saudi Arabia who were stranded in the kingdom due to lockdown, the governments of India and Saudi Arabia have launched a massive evacuation program. About 60,000 Indian nationals who were stuck in Saudi Arabia due to lockdown will now be allowed to travel back to India through special flights. In a video press conference on Wednesday evening, India's ambassador to Saudi Arabia, Dr. Osaf Saeed, said 5 special flights of Air India will be operated to airlift about 1,000 Indians from the kingdom in the first batch of flights, with each flight accommodating nearly 153 passengers. The first flight is expected to land in Kozhikode on May 8th. Currently, the flights are being operated from Jeddah, Dammam and Riyadh to Kozhikode, Delhi and Kochi, and more flights and locations will be added gradually, the ambassador said. Online registrations to qualify for these flights began on 29th of April. Over 60,000 Indians have applied. The passengers were prioritized based on their medical and health exigencies, with older people, children and pregnant women topping the priority list. Nearly 2,788 of 60,000 Indians in Saudi Arabia tested positive for coronavirus. 21 Indians have died in Saudi Arabia during the lockdown, and 4 of them hailed from Telangana state. While the Embassy of India in Saudi Arabia is making arrangements for flights, the flight fare will have to be borne by passengers, as these are special flights that are usually operated one way only and return empty from disembarkation points. The ambassador assured that more flights will be operated in the second phase and possibly involving other air carriers including Saudi Airlines and Flynas among others to meet the high demand. All passengers arriving in India will have to undergo a mandatory quarantine on arrival according to the standard operating protocol of the state. News and media are tools of information for mass communication, but some journalists are turning these platforms into weapons of polarization. In an inglorious use of mass media platforms, some TV anchors have deliberately been poisoning minds of Indians against a particular community. So much so that India, that was once known for its secular and tolerant character, is now seen by the world as a religiously polarized country, posing great problems for religious minorities. But looks like those days were numbered. After Arnab Goswami was questioned by the Mumbai police a few days ago, Amish Jogal with the News 18 Hindi channel was booked by the Mumbai police for hate mongering, for falsely presenting a story on his show where Muslims were shown offering namaz in Kurla Masjid during the lockdown. Turns out the news was false, and the story also ran an unrelated video, even claiming that Muslim crowd who had gathered for prayers have manhandled the police. The anchor later made a 30-second apology, but by then the damage was done. A section of Indians have also been demanding action against TV anchors Anjana Kashyap, Robika Liaquat and Sudhir Chaudhary, and of course Deepak Chaurasia, for their misleading and polarizing news. In the race to secure maximum TRPs, these journalists lost track of the basics of reporting, including fairness in presentation of truth and no bias or favor to anyone. After the US CIRF placed India on the religious watch list and Arab countries have openly warned against hate mongering, it is possible that these TV anchors may face difficult times ahead. Just days after leaders of the Arab world stepped in to check increasing number of hate messages against Muslim community and hateful Islamophobic tweets, now other countries are taking notice of religious hate messages within the country. The latest to join the list is Canada. Recently, Arab countries including Qatar, UAE and Dubai have been outspoken about rising intolerance for Muslims in India and religious hate mongering. In fact, some Indians indulging in hate messages against Muslims have lost jobs in these countries. Hot on the heels of this reaction, Canada has now made it clear that it won't tolerate hate messages. A man named Ravi Huda living in Canada who mocked Muslims and Islam lost his job to Islamophobic comments. Ravi Huda posted hate messages on social media after Toronto municipality granted permission to local mosques to call for prayer or Iza on loudspeakers during Ramzan amid the coronavirus lockdown. He mocked the Islamic ritual of animal sacrifice and Muslim women wearing veil. After backlash, Huda was fired from Peel schools, where he was on school council chair with a clear message that Islamophobia is not acceptable. He was also fired from his real estate job after the company Remax he was associated with terminated Huda's contract. After limited relaxation in lockdown conditions, the wine shops saw a humongous crowd with several people waiting in multiple long queues to buy the wine. While social distancing went for a toss, men, women of all ages, including police personnel, were seen getting their hands on wine bottles at these liquor shops. In Karnataka, a non-Muslim woman in poster posing as a veiled Muslim woman was seen at a liquor shop. Locals apprehended her and found that she wore burqa or veil to pose as a Muslim woman and defamed them by showing Muslim women buying liquor. But the plot failed. That's all for now. This is Syed Khalid Shahbaz and you're watching Gawah News.